Vitamin B12 is one of the most essential yet challenging nutrients for people following vegetarian and especially vegan diets. Unlike many other vitamins, B12 is not made by plants, nor is it reliably present in plant-based foods without fortification. It is naturally found in animal products such as meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy, making it one of the few nutrients that cannot be adequately supplied by a strictly plant-based diet without outside help. Because of this, B12 deficiency is a real concern for vegetarians and a near certainty for vegans who do not regularly consume fortified foods or take supplements. B12, also known as cobalamin, is crucial for neurological health, red blood cell formation, and DNA synthesis. It also helps keep homocysteine levels in check, a compound that, when elevated, has been linked to cardiovascular issues. Without enough B12, symptoms may start subtly: fatigue, brain fog, tingling in the hands or feet, but if left unaddressed, deficiency can lead to irreversible nerve damage, mood disturbances, and megaloblastic anemia. The tricky part is that the body can store B12 in the liver for years, so symptoms may not appear until long after a person has stopped consuming animal-derived foods. This delay can lull individuals into a false sense of security. For those following vegetarian diets that include dairy and eggs, lacto-ovo-vegetarians, it is still possible to get enough B12 from food alone, though intake tends to be lower than in omnivorous diets. For example, a cup of milk or a serving of yogurt provides a moderate amount of B12, as does a hard-boiled egg. However, these sources might not be sufficient if consumed infrequently, and absorption rates vary from person to person. Regular monitoring and thoughtful dietary planning are still advised. For vegans, however, the situation is more urgent. Reliable sources of B12 for vegans include fortified foods, such as plant milks, breakfast cereals, nutritional yeast, and some meat alternatives, and B12 supplements in the form of tablets, sublingual drops, or sprays. Fortified nutritional yeast, in particular, is a popular option thanks to its savory flavor and ease of use. Just a few tablespoons can provide the full daily requirement, making it a convenient addition to pasta, salads, or popcorn. Fortified cereals and soy milks also offer consistent and measurable amounts, but labels should be checked carefully, as not all brands are fortified equally. Supplementation is often the most straightforward way to ensure adequate B12 intake, especially for those with limited access to a variety of fortified foods or with increased needs. A typical recommendation is 250 to 500 micrograms daily in oral supplement form, or a larger weekly dose. These amounts may seem high, but the body only absorbs a small fraction at a time, and high doses are considered safe. Some individuals, particularly older adults and those with digestive issues, may have impaired absorption due to low stomach acid or a lack of intrinsic factor, the protein needed to absorb B12. In such cases, medical guidance and possibly B12 injections may be necessary. One common myth is that certain plant-based foods, like seaweed, spirulina, or fermented soy products, provide enough B12. These foods often contain B12 analogs called pseudovitamin B12, which are not bioavailable and can even interfere with real B12 absorption. As a result, relying on them as sources can be misleading and dangerous. To stay safe and healthy on a vegetarian or vegan diet, it's essential to treat B12 not as an optional extra, but as a non-negotiable requirement. This means reading nutrition labels carefully, choosing fortified products consistently, and supplementing when necessary. With a little awareness and planning, B12 deficiency is entirely preventable, and plant-based eaters can enjoy all the benefits of their diets without compromising their long-term neurological or cardiovascular health.